Our 2 cents.
With Oscar.
Welcome back to our 2 cents. We're back in Raxo Studios doing it again. Our 2 cents, WOscar.com, and our 2 cents on all social medias. Thank you for all your support. Please hit the subscribe button. It's free to you and it means the world to Raxo Studios. I keep messing that up. And now, happy National... I just lost my national day. Happy National E-Day. Now, you ask, what is National E-Day, you ask? I will tell you what National E-Day is. So National E-Day is one of the days that they made us believe that it was going to be really important. Now, unless you're like an engineer or maybe a rocket scientist, then I would see the need for you to know this information. But anyways, let me finish that. Every year on February 7th, E-Day celebrates the mathematical constant E, which is also called Euler's number. It's also the day to learn more about the Swiss mathematician Leonhard Euler. So if you ever taken advanced math and physics course, you may recall seeing a little E. Yeah, I saw it in high school. That stupid thing made no sense. Though it's a letter, it's actually called Euler's number. And we said that already. It has a mathematical value of 2.7182818, like pi. The digits go on forever in a series that never repeats. So then what's the point of that, you ask? I mean, where would you need that? 2 plus 2 is just fine. Why are we getting crazy with numbers? These people, they want to change everything all of a sudden and you know, what the hell? Jesus Christ. Anyways, this next person we're going to be talking to is a music artist from Jamaica. As my usual searching spot for talent and for great conversation, I was scrolling through my endless scroll of TikToks and let me back up a little bit. We're talking to Still Ripah. He's a music artist. I was scrolling through my endless scrolling on TikToks, and I came across one of his videos where one of his TikTok that caught my attention, and where he was comparing Jamaican fruits to American fruit. Now, I find that to be sacrilegious. No, I'm just kidding. I'm interested in knowing what types of fruits other countries have, because see, wherever you live, you're used to seeing the same fruits. You know, what do people in New York eat if it's always cold? Where do you get all your fruits from? And are they fresh? That's more important. Are they fresh? Because I don't see people over there having trees. Maybe I don't know shit. Because when I think of New York, I think of cities and buildings that are the thousands of people live in there, but I don't know anything. But for sure, the one thing I do know, I understand, is that wherever you are, the fruit that you consume, it's more or less from that area, unless you're somewhere else. But anyways, like I said, the next person we're talking to is Still Ripah, a music artist from Jamaica. Let's allow him in our room to conversate. There he is. Can you hear me? I'm not getting you. Oh, you're connecting to audio.
You
There
can
he
hear
is.
you.
I can hear you. You can hear me good?
Perfect. Yeah, I'm hearing you
All right,
properly.
nice, nice one. Nice to meet you. I'm Oscar. Finally,
Nice.
finally, I put a face
Nice to
there.
meet you, Oscar.
How you doing, man? How's it going?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
So please plug all your social medias, everything you got going on, and
Oh
please
yeah.
send me an email with all your links so I can put them in the description of my podcast as well.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Yeah, you can find me at oh my God, I'm gonna try to remember this now. You can find me on TikTok where I'm most present. So I'm on TikTok as Ripah, RIPAH VIP. So it's Ripah VIP. And on my Instagram, it's Still Ripah, STILLRIPAH. And for my YouTube, which is going to be jumping
Nice,
this
nice.
these couple months because I'm dropping videos and I'm dropping new music and everything. So you have to
Copy.
be on that YouTube. You have to be. Just come by, take a look. If you don't like it, it's free. You can leave if you want. I still love you.
There you go.
So yeah,
Well
my
said.
YouTube is just Ripah, RIPAH. Yeah.
No, right now. Well,
How is it going with you?
oh, it's going good, man. You know, I woke up and I almost forgot about you, and then I was brushing my teeth, and I was like, wait, I got to do podcasts because I usually on the weekends when I wake up, I have rabbits and I have chickens, so
Oh, okay.
so I get up and get out there, go clean them and feed them. And today I wasn't planning on doing that because I was planning on doing this.
Right.
And that's how I remember. I was walking out the door and I was like, "Wait, I gotta get ready for that."
So you
But
have rabbits and chickens.
yeah, yeah.
That's nice. Reminds me of because well, I'm Jamaican, so it
Okay, I got.
reminds me of home.
Oh, okay, yeah, I got it right then. I was taking a wild guess, but I got it right.
Uh,
I was like, I hope I don't mess it up.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm Jamaican. I'm from the countryside, so
Oh, okay, that's great.
that's very, let's say, not for me, not from my house, but friends. That's quite normal to have rabbits and chicken.
Yeah, for me too. I grew up in El Salvador, so
Oh,
I'm
sweet.
Central American.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I got to the states when I was 11. So most of my childhood was spent over there. So I keep telling people that I didn't get sick with the COVID because as a child I used to eat dirt when we play on the ground. So you
There
know.
you go. The immune system is high. It's very strong.
You know what? I think I mean I'm no scientist or anything like that, but I think there's something to that because if kids grow up not getting dirty all the time, then their immune system would be compromised because they don't the immune system doesn't know what to do when it gets
Exactly.
compromised.
Exactly. I completely agree. I completely agree because I mean, growing up, because when I hear people from like anywhere in Central America and the Caribbean, it's like we're neighbors, right?
Yeah, more or
It's like
less.
we go through the same things.
Yeah, more or less. Except you
So
guys are in water though, but that's crazy. I think people like you are much nicer because you guys live more in tune with the elements and
that's
at
yeah.
danger of the elements.
Yeah, well, probably. You're probably right. We don't see it that way though. We feel so safe. It's like, yeah, but yeah, it's the only thing I can really agree with you. Just looking back now, I can actually agree with you because when the hurricane season is coming, man, you do not want to be there. So that's when you get really conscious of where you are.
Right. Hey, I don't want to be in California when it gets rainy. But not because of the rain. It's because people it seems like people become more aggressive when it rains here for some reason. It's like they don't think that the roads changed, but it has a lot because now it's wet and it's more slippery, but they drive like it didn't change at all. They just keep the same speed they were when it's dry.
Oh yeah, same here. I'm actually in Canada. I
Right.
actually live in Canada.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How did you end up over there, man?
I don't know. I asked myself the same question. I asked myself the same thing. Why did I move here? But you know what? we just needed a different space. We just needed to see
Of course.
something different.
Of course, yeah. And what better place to go from the opposite from where you were born and where you were raised, from completely opposite. I'm talking about as far as weather is the opposite because
Yeah.
it's pretty cold up there right now, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's pretty cold, but where I live now, it's actually the warmer part in
Okay.
British Columbia. So, but it's still cold enough.
Oh, okay,
Still
okay.
cold enough.
Well, I
But
mean,
yeah, I've been through it, man. I've been through it here.
okay.
Minus 45 degrees Celsius, which is, I don't know Fahrenheit
Ouch.
what that is, but it's still very cold, extremely cold.
You said minus 46.
Minus 45
Um,
degrees Celsius. In Fahrenheit, I'm not sure.
let's see if I'll tell you right now. That is minus 45. Did it?
Yeah, degrees Celsius in
It's
Fahrenheit.
40. It's minus 49. It's the same thing basically. It's
Yeah,
minus 49.
that's cold.
That hurts.
Yeah, that hurts. With
That
no car, standing waiting for the bus. Yeah,
wow.
so, yeah.
And you got to walk on top of that.
Oh yeah,
Oh, okay.
absolutely.
Oh man, so you do go through it. That sucks. That sucks,
Yeah.
man. I feel for you, but like I said, I think that's why that's what most of us need, a challenge in our
Oh
daily
yeah.
routines. I'm not saying like lose something or lose somebody, but I'm saying like challenge yourself either, whether
Ex-
it's by exercising, but you don't even need to do that because you're already being challenged by the elements, man. That's
Right. Now it's kind of different because I mean, everything I've been telling you was like when I just moved to Canada, but now things are different. I have a car and
oh,
we,
okay.
we- we're more
Good.
living
That's
the
good.
life.
Okay, okay. I mean, it's as best as it's gonna get. I mean, because coming
Yeah.
from my experience, just having a car, it puts you in more of an advantage in life here. But
Oh
if
yeah.
but if I were to be if I was in El Salvador, my chances of owning a car would be a lot less.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
yeah,
Um, I can actually say it's the same thing in Jamaica. People do, but it's yeah, it's a lot less. It's a
yeah.
lot less.
Most people walk, right?
Yeah. But
Yeah,
like you said, yeah, I would advise anyone to challenge yourself, right? Because
it's good.
that's where you grow.
Exactly.
That's how you actually grow. And I've heard it so many times, but until you actually live it, that's when you realize, yo, I can actually do more with myself, right? Or for
Right,
myself. So
right.
yeah, it's
There was a point in my life where I used to come home from work and just wish I had something to do, but not wanting to have something to do. Do you understand what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah. I know what you know. I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
And so I decided. So I was one day I was like, I got to do something because the next position at my work is never gonna come, and I'm never gonna do nothing if I don't challenge myself. So, I
Right.
decided to challenge myself. Because what I'm doing right now, this is going way out of my comfort zone, and
Well,
I at first I get a little timid, but then as the conversation keeps going on, I feel like I get more fluent. But
that's how, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. That's how you know it's a challenge, right?
yeah, and it helps my vocabulary too because I just know the most basic words. I mean, my vocabulary is very, very low, so I
Well, yeah,
wanted
me
to
too.
improve it. So I was like, all right.
Yeah, yeah. You see, I respect people like you because
Thank you.
you're from a different let's say you've spoken a different language, right? From
Spanish,
since birth.
yeah,
So then it's another challenge to learn another language and be fluent in it.
yeah,
So yeah, and now you're having a podcast where you have to be fluent in that new language. So that's a big move. That's a big step.
yeah.
I mean, it looks simple, but for people who grew up speaking English, that's normal. And even for people who grew up speaking English, it's still a challenge.
Some of those people don't know their vocabulary very well. So
I find, yeah, I find, and probably this will not go well with some people, but I'll say it anyway. I'll just
Go
be
for it.
myself.
Do it.
The thing is, I find that us moving to 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 these countries, in English speaking countries, I find that because in Jamaica we do speak English, but it's more like it was forced upon us.
Mhm.
But our natural language is not English,
Right. What do you?
right?
What's the language?
It's called patois.
Huh? How does?
Patois.
Do you know
It's
how to
spelled
speak?
it's spelled like French. It's Patois.
T patois. Okay, patois.
Yeah,
Okay.
but
Oh,
it's patois, and it's
patois.
let me see if I can give you a history, a short history of it.
Oh, please.
It's when most of our ancestors came over, we came as slaves,
Of course.
right,
Right.
from
Right.
West Africa.
Right.
So there are a few West African countries where we were picked up from. I think Ghana, Nigeria, and I'm not sure if it's Senegal. Senegal, yeah. So Ghana, Nigeria, Senegal, and somewhere else.
Right.
So can you imagine like you're hanging out now with people from completely different backgrounds, completely different languages, right?
Yeah. Right.
So we're all there as slaves, and we decided that we're going to put all these languages together to form one.
And how long did this take?
I have no idea. I have I have no idea, but
Okay,
we did it.
because the history of slavery it wasn't that long ago.
Nah, let's say we came over like 400 years ago,
Right. But it
right?
started. But it started. I want to say it was. Where did I don't even want to make up a number because I really don't know. But
Yeah.
I know it started way before that.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
It it started somewhere in the because as they say, which I don't really agree, but anyway, Columbus came to this part of the world in
Right.
1492 or 14 something.
Is
Yeah,
it 52 or 42?
1492. He actually, in the Jamaican history, it says he discovered Jamaica in 1492.
It's funny how they say discover, right?
Yeah,
Like if it
yeah,
wasn't
like
like nobody was
he,
there.
yeah, no one was there. So then after that, the so Columbus came on behalf of the Spanish,
Okay.
and then the English in like the early 1500s, the English started trying to take over the country. So they fought, and then England actually won and got the country.
Okay,
So
that's how it
it's
became a
the
colony.
slavery. Yeah, the slavery was within that time. That's when the trading started.
Mm.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah. So we came over and we had a different language. We actually made something, right?
Right. No, that's very interesting, and the capabilities of the humans that were viewed as less, that
As
they had.
less.
Yeah, and it's amazing to know that in that short time they created a whole culture, new
Oh
culture,
yeah.
and a whole new language.
Oh yeah.
While being oppressed.
But you know what? You know what's even more fascinating to me is that through the whole thing,
Hmm.
they actually made another language with drums. They
So
would use they would use drums like telephones to communicate from one slave plantation to the other. Like slaves in another plantation would be talking to each other with drums.
so kind of like a Morse code or something, right?
Oh yeah.
Through
Oh yeah.
sound. Wow.
Oh yeah.
How did
That's
you know what? I don't understand. How did this information get passed on?
get past well.
How did this information get passed on? For them to know that somebody on the other plantation knew what they were saying over here.
Oh yeah. I don't know because I guess the thing is though, slaves would often, based on what the history says, which a lot of it is messed up,
Right.
but um, based on what the history says, slaves would move between plantations sometimes. Slave owners would trade
Trade and
people, trade kids, and so on.
uh,
Yeah.
and you know what? And again, I go back to the saying that they were viewed as less, but they were still smart enough to figure out, all right, so if I'm this far, they'll probably be able to hear me and I can talk to them this way.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It's
I mean,
crazy.
it's
Yeah.
amazing.
It is
But
amazing how much the oppression side of it is also amazing because I don't understand how somebody can do that, you know. I mean,
yeah.
I guess if you're a person that always wants to rule and overpower everybody else, I guess that's what you have to do. But
Yeah.
unfortunately, you know, it doesn't play out good for some people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I was trying to look for his name, but I keep forgetting his name. I was talking to a gentleman. He's from, I don't even want to guess because I forgot completely from where he's at. But I did another podcast, and the conversation it was in December.
Hmm.
And I was talking to him, and what I found interest when I sent him a message to ask him if he wanted to have a conversation with me on the podcast, like I did with you.
Right.
His videos, everything on his TikTok, I'll send you his link so you can check him out. Everything on
Cool.
his TikToks, it's him searching for his ancestors that were enslaved,
Oh wow.
and he's found even the living ancestors of the people. What are they? Well, the masters. What are they called?
Right.
Of
Yeah,
the
they call them the slave
of the
masters,
slave master.
whatever.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So yeah, so he's found everything, and he's made connection with those people, and you know, sometimes it goes good, and sometimes, you know, he doesn't get anything out of it, and
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
but
But that's
that's also
that.
amazing that you're telling me this information that they had, and I was just thinking about the other gentleman that I was talking to, and his side that he's discovered. You know, you're
Yeah.
talking about something that happened at the same time in Jamaica, an island that was happening here when I was talking that other conversation with that gentleman.
Exactly.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. That's
It's
so
it's
amazing.
it's crazy, man. It's a crazy thing. It's for me because I grew up like a lot of my friends wouldn't even um they're not in tune with like the history. They don't care, right? But
Right.
but like for me, I grew up with I was raised like my parents and my grandparents. They ensured that I was aware
Mm,
of the whole thing, right?
right.
Right. So and so much of the what I've learned like through over the years that so much of the history as we know it, like these people were oppressed and they stood there and they lived on the farm and whatever and they worked all day and whatever. Yes, but there's so much of the history that's skewed to
Yeah,
keep.
to
Yeah.
make it seem like I said earlier as less,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
it always
Because
just comes back to making to just oppressing.
exactly. You're so right. You're so right. It always comes back to that because um, I've heard people say that, I mean, why would like people just sit back and be slaves, right? And it's and it's based on the history of the like my people, the unwritten history. That's the word. The unwritten history. People didn't actually sit back.
I,
People were fighting. People were burning. People were burning. Like slaves were burning plantations. Slaves actually, when the ships were coming over, so many ships got taken over by slaves, and they turned back, went back to Africa.
wow.
The history doesn't speak about
No,
those things.
I mean, I took a, they call it here AP history, which is it's supposed to be like a college history course that they give you in high school. That if you have the brains, I guess they said. I don't know why they put me in that class because I barely passed it with a C. I mean, it
You
was,
passed though.
yeah, but I got out of it because it wasn't at the time it wasn't my interest. I
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I had other interests as in,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but
More Jamaican interest.
there you go. Yeah, see, it came back to Jamaica. There, yeah. But yes, I didn't, but I do remember them talking about that, but not what we're talking, what you're telling me about. But it was just as they brought him here, and this happened and that happened, but it was brief. It didn't go
Right.
into details. But yeah, but I was thinking about, and also was thinking about, also how many of those slaves, those people, I'm not even gonna say the word slaves, right? Because
Yeah.
they're people.
Yeah.
How many of those people were just thrown overboard in the middle of the ocean?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That's so
Oh yeah.
crazy how that happened.
So many. There on in the unwritten history. There's so many. There's stories too of like slavers, white slaves. How do you call them? I know they call them slavers, like the people who actually do the trafficking, right? Like own the ships and whatever. Yeah.
No, I,
So
I was thinking of something else. No, it wasn't it. No, it was because I was mixing up the thoughts. It wasn't
yeah.
what you but I
Okay.
was trying to remember the name that they used. Have you seen the movie Django?
Django. Oh, I've seen
Django.
that. I've seen that movie like maybe 10 times.
How does that movie make you feel? Do you like that movie?
I, you know what? I've, I have, I love that movie.
Okay, because I was gonna say the
What
same thing. That's one of my favorite movies.
can I? Because if I love that movie, man, there's so much. I mean, for many people, it's just another movie, probably, but for me, it's like finally some truth, or it's a movie, but some part of the truth is being told because there are so many uprisings like those.
that happened.
Yeah, and
They
they
don't get
tried,
told.
and it goes back to the language. See,
Hmm.
what happened is that the slave owners were scared that these things would happen. So our language, the patois that we spoke among each other, they tried so hard for us to not speak it
Of course, they would. Yeah, yeah.
because they couldn't understand the whole thing, and so they forced English on us. You have to
Uh,
speak this way. You have to speak English because they can understand, right?
right, right. They want to hear what you're saying. They want to know what
E-
you're saying. I should say. Yeah, of course. It's not in
Exactly.
their interest if they don't know what you're saying. And their interest is to keep you oppressed.
Exactly. So Django is like, trust me,
It
it's a movie that it's a very emotional movie because I don't usually
is.
watch these movies, these slave movies. I do not
Ah,
because
okay.
I probably like if I actually did watch one of these movies, apart besides Django, I couldn't go outside, especially living here in Canada. I wouldn't want to go outside. I'd probably lose it.
Oh yeah. No, I feel like Canada's more that's America's little brother. So
Yeah,
they try to please the big brother, but
yeah,
I feel like they're more calm, but I don't know if it's right or not from what I've been hearing, the kind of rules that they push out there, and that feels scary to me. That feels like
yeah,
they're trying to like oppress the people now. It's
yeah.
not a certain group. It's just everybody that they're trying to oppress. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. The country is they're more of a they give the impression as if they're calm and they're more tolerant and whatever. But let me be honest. Let me be honest.
Right. You're
I've
not, you're not
lived
gonna get
in.
in trouble, right? I don't want you to
I
get in
I
trouble.
I, I
Uh,
hope not.
Anyway, so how did you get into music? All right. Yeah. How long have you been well, let me back it up. So,
Yeah,
let's,
yeah, yeah.
we'll move
Okay.
along.
Yeah,
You earlier you said that you wanted you started doing what you do now because you wanted something to do as well, right? That's where we were
yeah.
going earlier. Like
Right.
how long have you been doing it? Did
Um.
you start writing or you have somebody that writes for you or
No. With music. Okay. So The thing is,
Big
this is a
turn,
great.
right?
Yeah, yeah. That's okay. That's okay. I was about to lose it, so
Yeah,
you.
I don't want you to get in trouble. For me, it's okay. I don't. I'm okay.
No, no. Trust me, I don't care either.
If you were on
But
the other side of the line that's drawn, then you would probably been all right if you
yeah,
said it. But
I have to say this though, Oscar.
okay,
It's me.
please,
I
please
have to
do.
be plain. Let me just say this before I move on to that music
All right,
question.
please.
Canada. I lived in the States. I lived in Florida for a year,
Okay.
and ever since I was a kid, I've been going back and forth from Jamaica to the States.
Mm.
And the most racism I've faced is in Canada.
Oh wow.
Yeah, the more
I would
like
have. I thought you were gonna say on this side,
no, no, absolutely
especially
no.
Florida. I was gonna say that
Yeah,
sounds like that's where you
exactly.
would have
That's in
gone.
the south and everything, right? So,
Yeah.
but Canada is they're more aggressive than they pretend to be. That's the thing. They're fooling the world.
A.
Yes. So, all right, let's move to the music then.
Well, yeah. No, but I honestly thought that that didn't happen as bad as it did here. But if you're
Yeah,
if this is we're only talking about your experience, of course.
yeah,
But you've been on this side and that side, and obviously you've experienced it more on that side. So I mean,
yeah,
that's your
yeah.
perspective,
So yeah,
of
it's
course,
all yeah.
of
The
course.
experiences vary, right? So
Right, yeah, but it's not to say that it doesn't happen as well here as well as it does over there, obviously, right? But I I would have thought that it didn't. I wonder what's the history of owning slaves in Canada. Is it
oh yeah,
is there?
there is a history. They tried to hide it at first.
Sneaky Canadians, huh?
I don't know if you're familiar with the Underground Railroad story of slaves moving from the States into Canada to be free and all of that.
I knew to Mexico, not to Canada.
Oh, okay, yeah. I recently learned of the Mexico.
You know how
I
crazy
didn't
that is.
I didn't know.
If they crossed to Mexico, they were literally free. They could
Yeah.
do whatever they want, and that's why a lot of them stayed out there.
Oh
That's
yeah. It's a,
crazy.
can you can with all your troubles, Oscar, with all your troubles today, and the things that get you upset and throw you off and whatever, can you can we seriously compare our lives to those people's lives? I mean, running for your life.
No, I like I said earlier, we have it so good right now. This is the
Yeah,
best we've ever had it. I mean,
yeah,
I would say
yeah.
I know some people might be going through shit right now, but it's still the best that it's ever been. I guess
Trust me.
aside from all the
Ex-
troubles, all the hurt,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
all right today.
Exactly. I have this new phrase I've been using recently, and it's like shocking everybody.
Would it
so,
just
so like my friends would ask me, like some friends would check up on me, and they would be like, "How's it going, man? How's everything?" And I would be like, "It's good," or maybe it's not so good, but I'll make it. My ancestors were slaves, so I'll make it.
wow, that's one way to view life. Wow, that's very powerful. I don't even know.
Yeah, yeah,
That
like
thought has never even crossed my mind. Like, yeah, it's all right,
exactly.
but because the other people in the past were oppressed that
Yeah,
bad. Wow,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
that tells you how different you view life and how different I view life.
That's
But
and
it
that's
also goes back to what I said, what your experiences have been and what you've gone
ex-
through.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Can I ask you a question?
Yes, please.
How did you find me?
On TikTok, I was scrolling. This is what I do. All right, I'll tell you.
Yeah,
So I call it working. All right, so I'm
yeah,
scrolling through
but
TikTok.
no, it's work. It's work. Trust me, it's work.
So working in a lot of wasting time. But you know what? I shouldn't even say that because out of all the scrolling on TikTok that I do, I've done what is this 205th episode of
Oh,
podcast.
sweet. That's good.
About maybe 80 of them are with my friend together, probably a little
Hmm.
more than that. And the rest is just just the me scrolling to TikTok and finding interest on somebody on TikTok, and like I found you on the TikTok that I saw where you were comparing Jamaican fruits to American fruits.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That one.
So and
That
what
one.
I was saying, this is what I where I brought you in, where I was talking in the beginning of the podcast when I started, before I accepted you to come
Yeah.
into the chat room. I was saying that I always find interest in the different types of fruits that there are that people eat, because I know that in certain parts of the world they're not eating the fruits that I'm eating here,
Right.
and probably they don't even know what a mango is, you know.
Yeah. True.
That's my favorite fruit, mango. What about you? What's your favorite fruit? Even it doesn't
I
matter if it's Jamaican. I'm pretty sure they're the same. I shouldn't.
trust me. I did another video day before, like a day and a half ago,
Okay.
about my favorite the fruits I miss, the Jamaican fruits I miss the most.
Okay.
So whenever you get the chance, you
Okay.
can go over
I'll
there.
take a look at it.
I actually have pictures. So yeah, and you should, let's connect on TikTok. And
I follow you already, but I'll send you a message.
you follow me?
Yeah.
Like when that video dropped, Oscar, that same video you saw, in 1 week I gained 10,000 followers.
Nice. That's
So
nice.
I couldn't
Nice.
I couldn't excuse me if I didn't follow back or
Oh no,
something.
no worries. No, no, no. See, I always feel bad too, because sometimes I'll finish the podcast with somebody and I'll tell them, hey, yeah, I'll send you an email later. We'll keep talking, you know, stay in contact so we can do another one later, you know, because I had so much fun with you.
Yeah,
But I get so busy, or I lose track of the people that I have talked to, and I get worried that I'm not going to have content to create or somebody to have a conversation with, you know, to keep getting better or to keep putting it out there.
yeah,
So that puts us, I guess, a roadblock on my brain where I forget
yeah,
everything.
yeah,
Where I
yeah.
just focus on, like, okay, I got to keep this going. I got to keep it
Content,
going.
yeah. I
Yeah.
trust me. I know. I completely understand.
Yes. Yeah. So I'm gonna try to stay in contact with you. I'll do my best. Probably
Yeah.
I'll send you a message in like 6-7 months or something like
No,
that.
not trust me. Trust me. I understand. I completely understand.
Yeah.
I completely do. No worries, man.
All right.
We
Okay.
have to. I'm in the business of finding content too, so
So
I know.
you know how crazy it is, right? My TikToks, I do something different. I just do like uh, I'll have a thought and I'll write it down, because when I try to record it, I'll forget everything I'm saying.
Right,
um,
right.
so I'll write it down and then I'll read it and read it and read it until I memorize it and then say it. You know, but it's just so I can keep creating the content and so I can keep my brain working too. And you know,
Yeah,
I try to write, but sometimes I forget to, because
yeah.
I just get busy. I'm pretty. You do live a regular life, right? You say you have a job. What do you
Oh
do?
yeah. I have a job for now, but I'm trying to make this because what I do, oh, and this leads us back to the music thing.
Okay.
So I've been making music for, I say, like 10 years now.
Oh wow.
I Before I moved to Canada, I was doing it in Jamaica. So it was fairly good. I had some songs on the radio and I was almost like
Nice.
on the Jamaican level. I was almost there.
Okay.
Yeah, but I decided that I had to like step back for a bit.
Oh,
Yeah.
it was getting too much at the
It
moment.
was, yeah, it was, you know, when you have a plan and you have a set route you need to use to get to that plan or to get to that goal.
Right.
I found that the route I was actually getting to the goal, but the route was the wrong one. Then
Okay.
I found, so I found that I had friends I didn't want to be my friends, and you just had to step back a sec and look at the whole
Reassess.
picture. Yeah, and I found that I was going about it the wrong way.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's never too late to figure it out, you know, because if you would have stopped doing it, then that's where you would have failed.
Yeah,
But you didn't. You just
no,
rerouted yourself. You know, you change your
exactly.
scene, and then you're doing it again. So you know, there's nothing
Yeah,
wrong with that. And just the thing is, This is what I tell myself, and this I tell myself because I've heard it, not because it's happened to me, but I've heard it from successful people that they say consistency is key. So that's why I keep saying that.
That's
Um,
true. That's
and
true.
I so far, it seems like yeah, it is. It might really be the key because
It is.
once you stop your content, it's just your page is just dead in the water.
It's just dead. It's
Yeah.
just dead. And that's why, because when now with me with the music, I'm actually during my time off, the time when I wasn't actually doing it,
Mm,
I moved here. I moved to Canada.
okay.
But
That's
in that whole time, I decided I wanted to learn to produce.
good. Good. Good.
So now I'm producing my own music.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, so
You have
I'm
control.
actually there where I've produced my own songs.
Where do you put
And
it? Spotify, right?
yeah, it's I have songs that yeah on all of them, all the
Oh yes. You
platforms.
know what? I did listen to one right after I sent you a message. I was like, I'm gonna check out his music. Yes,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I'm not gonna comment because I don't remember. I
Which
don't.
one?
It was the very first one that comes up on Spotify that I clicked on. But
I
I
don't.
don't want to. I don't want to.
Yeah, yeah. That's okay.
Because I don't remember. Like I said, I find interest and I just keep going and I send the
Yeah,
message. And for the most part, I go through. I tell this to maybe I shouldn't tell it to everybody, but I tell it all the time.
yeah.
I go through these dry stages. So if you look at my calendar, I'll have a month that's full and an empty month. And
Right,
and when I don't land any conversations with anybody, I get in my head a lot.
right,
And that's when I start like, oh, maybe I should stop doing this, and then just focus. And then I just stop. Even I don't stop it completely, but I stop the drive,
right.
and I just keep watching videos,
Yeah,
rather than looking for somebody to
yeah,
have a conversation with.
yeah,
And
yeah.
that's those times I hate because November November or October, one of those months was also I had my calendar empty. January,
Ah,
my calendar empty, and February is looking good so far. That's why I'm excited.
oh,
I'm a little
see.
excited this month because I
Yeah,
guess you broke the cycle. I guess because after you emailed me back, I started
yeah.
getting a couple more messages. And I was like, oh, all
Oh,
right, well
sweet,
here we go.
sweet,
So
sweet.
it picked up traction thanks to you. I'm gonna blame it
Yeah.
on you.
Oh, thank you, man. Thank you. I'll take that blame.
All
I'll take
right.
that blame.
So
One thing I've learned um, when I was learning the whole producing thing, learning to produce my own thing, it was so tough, and I can associate with all of those things with what you just said because you start to get into your head, you start overthinking like maybe I shouldn't do this, maybe because it's taking so long, it's gonna slow me down and it's not gonna work as quick. All the unnecessary things.
uh, yeah. Do you have
But as
kids?
soon as as soon as you get over that hill,
Uh-huh.
then things start to pick up. And because I'm actually dropping a new song tomorrow. I'm
Oh,
launching a new yeah, I'm
all right.
releasing a new song tomorrow.
Well, I know what I'm be
And then
listening at work tomorrow.
I have a couple songs lined up, which is the first for the first time. So
No,
I'm expecting
don't say
consistency
tomorrow. Say today
to
because this is
today.
going up tomorrow. So.
So today, February 7th, today, I'm actually releasing a new song. So yeah,
Good.
check me out. Check me out on Spotify. It's Ripah, Ripah.
There you go. You know what?
Yeah.
I really messed up. I was supposed to let you do that at the beginning to plug everything of
Uh,
yours, and I apologize. I'm gonna
that's
I'm gonna
okay.
have you do it at the end, and I'll
Yeah.
clip it out and I'll put it in the front, and then
Oh, okay,
make it
cool.
seem like you did it.
Yeah,
Make it
okay,
seem
cool,
like I
cool,
didn't
cool.
fail.
Yeah, showbiz.
Anyway,
It's showbiz. You never feel. There's always a way.
exactly. We'll fix it. We'll work it out. Yeah, that's good, man. That you kept your drive and you're still doing it. Because if you wouldn't, maybe we wouldn't have this conversation. And
That's
I would
true.
have probably I would have never learned what you taught me, or probably would have learned it somewhere else along the lines. But I'm glad I
You
learned it with
know,
you today.
exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a that's a funny thing. I can relate to you on that level because that same video you saw, I had that video in my phone for weeks.
What? And you didn't want it
I
to?
went into the supermarket and I had my phone and I just decided to do it because I've always said it to myself. I said, okay, I'm gonna record this because I always wanted to just record everything because all these social media gurus are saying just record and
Yeah.
upload.
Yeah.
But it was always difficult to do it. So that day I just did it,
That's good
and
that you
then
did though.
yeah, and I had it in my phone for a while, and one day I saw it, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna edit this. So I kind of chopped it down to
You did good,
TikTok's
yeah.
format, and then up to the last time I saw it, which was like a day ago, it was 700,000 views. I
Wow,
was
you're
like,
almost at the
whoa.
million. That's good. Congratulations, man. That's not
Thank you.
easy. I know that's not easy.
It's
Um,
not.
I one of my, you know how I told you I do those. I call them shower thoughts. What I
Yeah,
do. There was one video that got 3,000 views. I was excited about that, dude,
yeah,
because all my
yeah,
videos are like 100, 200, some of them zero. You know,
yeah.
and the way I see it, the way I like to do it is I try not to look at that because I don't want to lose the drive that I get.
True.
Because if you start, I guess you do have to pay attention though. Because I was talking to a social is it a social media manager? Yeah, that
Hmm.
I'm actually going to be talking to him this week too with him. Um,
Okay.
yeah, and he was telling me that I should start paying attention to all of that.
Yeah,
Um, but it's just and I tell him it's just a one man show, you know.
yeah.
It's a lot to go. But
It's a lot.
he kept telling me that I shouldn't focus on that because I can distribute the work. And I don't
Right.
he's like there's no way that you're gonna learn everything about
That's true.
podcasting. So
That's
you're
true.
gonna have to find help or do something or pay somebody or go on Fiverr or
That
something. Yeah.
that's true. It can be overwhelming if you try to do everything. I was trying to do that and I almost lost it. So
But
don't do it.
uh, well, I mean, I'm still trying to do it, but I'm trying to find a different perspective
Right.
because I don't know much about audio other than what do I need to record, where how do I pull it here, and how do I put it together and all that. That I did
Right.
learn.
Yeah.
Then I had to go on and okay, what do I got? What can I use to record the audio and the video and have them separated and stuff like that, and that just becomes a whole other thing that you have to learn. And
Right.
for you, you probably have to learn all like I don't know instruments
Yeah.
and stuff like that, right? And
Oh yeah.
sounds.
Oh yeah. And then and the software you use, the workstation you use, whatever they're like, you have to learn that in order to actually, because I'm mixing, I'm mastering my own thing,
Right.
which is like a friend of mine said, and he's back home in Jamaica, but he tours with like singers and stuff like that. So
Nice.
I
Good for
remember
him.
I had this song out and I was asking him to we were on this live and I was asking him to, help me to promote it and stuff. And he was saying that I was doing the work of like 8 people and he was counting. He said, okay, you sing, you produce a song, that's 2 people.
Yeah.
No, 3 people because you make the beat, then you mix the song,
That's
then you master the song. So that's 5 people's job. And then on top of it, you shoot the video and edit the video. And
that's videographer job and
it's a
editor
lot.
job.
It's yeah, it's a lot, but I can really, really relate to what you're saying. And it feels good, like because sometimes it feels like
I
I'm in
get
it
that.
all alone, right?
Yeah.
So I can completely relate to what you're saying.
You know what sucks though? I'm trying to quit my regular job though, because
Yeah.
that gets a lot in the way of what you're trying to do.
So much.
I'm trying to
So
quit my
much.
kids too. They get in
Yeah.
the way. No, I'm just kidding. No, yeah, no, but I have kids, so I have to balance work, this,
Oh,
life. So
oh,
it
oh.
gets tricky sometimes.
Trust me,
Yeah.
I'm in the same boat. I'm in the same boat. You have to,
Yeah.
and then you have to keep reminding yourself, okay, family is more important.
Yeah, because you don't
Right.
want to put that aside because I mean,
No,
at the end of the day,
no,
that's all you're gonna have.
exactly,
Yeah,
exactly. And they're always going to be there for you, but everything else just comes second and third.
yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, my friend Ripa, is that? Can I get your real
Yeah.
name? Is that we just go with that?
That's not my real name is Omar.
Omar.
Omar
Okay.
Omar
All right.
Omar Maitland.
Omar
And
Micklin.
yeah, Omar Maitland.
Nice to meet you,
Yeah,
man.
it's nice to meet you. Honestly, it feels like I've known you for a while. I don't know why.
Yeah, I mean, you're great to talk to, man. I was scared that I was gonna have a tough time, because I was like, because I was thinking he was telling me last night he doesn't know what are we gonna talk about and all this and all and that.
Yeah, yeah,
So I
yeah.
just told him, I was a little sauced up, so if it made no sense, I'm sorry, but
No, you're
that's why I was like, yeah, man, don't worry about it. It's just gonna be a conversation.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, if you ever want to come back, do it again. Like I said, hey,
Oh yeah,
shoot me an
definitely.
email.
I like it, man.
And I forget. And if I forget about you, I'm sorry. I apologize. It's just that
Yeah,
I just keep trying to grind. I just keep trying to
yeah.
going. And it's
That's
not like I
that's
intentionally want to
okay.
forget about all of the
Yeah,
conversations that I've had because I really don't. Because I've had
yeah,
some wonderful conversations that I would like to go back to and talk to those people again. That's why I've been reaching out to a couple of them and.
yeah.
I set something up. Maybe that's what I should be doing when I go through those dry stages, right? Just
You
going.
should. That's exactly. I was gonna suggest that. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
thank you.
whenever you see that, okay, next month there's nothing, just send me a message or something.
I'm gonna keep you in my contacts for sure.
Yeah.
You're
Send me a
definitely you for
message.
sure gonna be in my contacts as
Yeah.
everybody that I've talked to. But Omar, it was nice really having this conversation with you. You teaching me about where your culture comes from
Yeah.
and what you do, what you do with your content and all that. I really appreciate your time. So please plug all your social medias, everything you got going on, and
Oh
please
yeah.
send me an email with all your links so I can put them in the description of my podcast as well.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Yeah, you can find me at oh my God, I'm gonna try to remember this now. You can find me on TikTok where I'm most present. So I'm on TikTok as Ripah, Ripah VIP. So it's Ripah VIP. And on my Instagram, it's Still Ripah, StillRipah. And for my YouTube, which is going to be jumping
Nice, nice.
these couple months, because I'm dropping videos and I'm dropping new music and everything. So you have to
Copy.
be on that YouTube. You have to be. Just come by, take a look. If you don't like it, it's free. You can leave if you want. I still love you.
There you go.
So yeah,
Well
my
said.
YouTube is just Ripah, Ripah. Yeah.
No, right. Now, well then,
Thank you.
that being
Thank you
said,
for
my
having
friend,
me.
it was an honor. I had a great time having this conversation with you. I really appreciate you and your time, and I hope everything stays as well as it's going for you, man.
Oh, yeah.
Just know that we have to understand that there's ups and downs. It's never a straight line.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Thank you. And I honestly, I like. There's something about you that's good. I like your vibe.
Thank
It's
you, man.
a
I
good
really
vibe.
appreciate that. That makes me feel good. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Can I leave you with one piece of history?
Please, please.
Okay, my name is Omar Maitland,
Okay.
which is originally that's not my name. But when the slaves came, they had to take the names of the slave masters. They were forced. So most black people, their names are from the slave masters.
Johnson.
Johnson, Black, Green, whatever,
What?
Williams. That's one method of stealing your history from you.
That's crazy. That's kind of like what we do to dogs today.
Yeah,
That's horrible.
exactly.
That's horrible
And
that you had to lose your whole identity,
yeah,
You
yeah,
lost liberty and identity. That's horrible.
Yeah, I'm sorry for ending it on such a bad note, but I'm just here to help people to
Hey, no
see the
worries, man.
truth.
It's not a bad note. It's just a piece of history, you know, of the sad history that we've gone through to be where we're at.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back a little bit to the gentleman that I'll send you the link.
Yeah,
I keep forgetting. I forgot the name. But this is what he's looking for.
right.
That guy that I'm telling you that he's been looking for. He's found manifestos with his ancestors' names and all that. So I think he's going further back to what you just brought up.
Right.
That's crazy.
In the end, that's what most Black people who are searching for the history, that's what they're searching for.
They want to know exactly where they came from. I mean, I
Amen.
don't blame anybody that wants to know, where your roots are at.
Yeah.
You're more connected. I'm gonna keep going. You're more
Be honest.
you're more connected to your roots than me, because I find interesting that I'm from El Salvador, but maybe because I grew up over there and I didn't. If I would have known the history a little better, maybe I would be more fascinated with it.
Right.
But I don't really know the history of El Salvador. I don't, because I didn't. School wasn't really as as it is over here. Over there, they don't. Over there, they just teach you to read and write, but that's it.
Right.
Yeah. Maybe if I knew the history of it, I would probably be more in tune with it. And I've never tried to, and I've never bothered to look into it. Maybe it's because I've been Americanized.
Americanized. Yeah. The good history about your country is that we feel connected, like Jamaicans feel connected. Jamaicans who are in tune feel connected with your country, with Central America and South America, because we know that a lot of our ancestors were sent there too. So we might be some distant cousins or something. You never know.
Never know. You know what? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Never know.
We're going down a deep hole right now.
The world is so small that it shouldn't surprise me. It shouldn't surprise me if that was the case.
I wouldn't be surprised either.
You know what? When you said that a lot of enslaved free people that got out and went down that way, a lot of them stayed in Belize, right? Because I know there's a lot of Black people in Belize, Honduras, Nicaragua too.
Nicaragua. I have a friend from Nicaragua. I met her here, and she did a DNA ancestry thing, and she had so much Jamaican roots.
Wow.
So she was talking different when she called.
Is that cultural appropriation? Well, my friend Omar,
all right,
again, thank you very much for giving me this conversation. I really appreciate you, and this was fun.
No problem, man. I had fun too.
Let's do it again in the future.
Feel free to hit me up whenever.
Definitely will.
All right, man.
All right, man. Thank you. You as well. Take care.
Yes, yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I tell you, this Still Ripah right here, he's great. He's wonderful to talk to. I'm fascinated by what he's talking about right here. Please go check him out. Go check out his YouTube, his social media. Everything will be right there in the bio. Click on it. And thank you, everybody, for being back with our 2 cents. And we're going to hit this again. And please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Help me out. It means the world to me. And it means nothing to you. It means everything to Raxo Studios. Because I want to make this happen. Help me. Woo! Deuces.